In the dead of night, when the streets are empty and the air is still, a mysterious woman appears, her face covered by a surgical mask. She stops you and asks a single question. Am I pretty? Kuchisake-Onna, or the slit-mouthed woman, is one of Japan's most terrifying urban legends. Her story dates back to the Heian period, over 1,000 years ago. Some say she was a beautiful woman, the wife of a jealous samurai. But her beauty attracted many admirers, and the samurai grew suspicious. In a fit of rage, he sliced her mouth from ear to ear and mocked her, saying, "Who will think you are beautiful now?" But the legend doesn't end there. It is said that Kuchisake-Onna returned as a vengeful spirit, roaming the streets of Japan, searching for victims. She wears a mask to hide her disfigured mouth, approaching people, especially children, asking, "Am I pretty?" If you say no, she kills you instantly. If you say yes, she removes her mask, revealing a horrifying, bloodied smile. Then she asks again, "How about now?" If you scream or try to run, she chases you down and slashes you with her scissors. So, how do you survive an encounter with Kuchisake-Onna? Legends suggest a few tricks. Confuse her. Answer with something vague like, "You look average," or "so-so." This might make her pause long enough for you to escape. Offer candy. Some say she loves candy, and throwing some at her might distract her. Run in a zigzag. It is believed she isn't the fastest runner. In the late 1970s, reports of a masked woman chasing children in Japan caused panic. Some claimed they actually saw Kuchisake-Onna, or was it just mass hysteria? Whether she is real or just an urban legend, one thing is certain. If a masked woman ever stops you and asks, "Am I pretty?" be careful how you answer. Late at night, when the last train has passed, you might hear it. A faint scraping sound. Tick, tick. It gets closer. You turn around, but it's too late. The legend of Teke-Teke comes from Japan and tells of a young girl who met a gruesome fate. Some say she was pushed, others say she fell, but one thing is certain, she landed on the train tracks. A speeding train split her body in half. The lower half was completely destroyed, but she didn't die right away. She suffered in agony until she finally passed, but she never moved on. Now, as a vengeful spirit, she roams the streets, crawling, dragging herself forward with her hands, making a terrifying sound. Teke-Teke is searching for a victim. If she catches you, she will slice you in half, just like her. Imagine walking home alone when you hear that dreadful sound. You turn around, and there she is, her upper body sprinting toward you with unnatural speed. There's no escape. She is fast, much faster than you'd expect. If she reaches you, you'll share her fate. How to escape Teke-Teke? Answer her question correctly. If she asks, "Where are my legs?" say, "At the Meishin Expressway." This might confuse her long enough to escape. Run immediately. If you hear Teke-Teke, don't look back, just run. Avoid train stations at night. Many sightings happen near railway tracks. Many claim to have seen Teke-Teke in Japan. From railway workers to late-night commuters, strange encounters continue to this day. Some even say she has appeared in modern CCTV footage. So next time you're walking alone at night and hear that faint scraping sound, tick, 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 don't turn around. Run. They say she watches, waiting in the shadows. A woman, tall, unnatural, and terrifying. And if you hear her voice, it's already too late. Hachishakusama, or 8-foot-tall woman, is one of Japan's most feared urban legends. She appears as a towering woman in a long white dress and a wide-brimmed hat. But don't be fooled. She isn't human. Those who see her hear a strange, deep sound, almost like a distorted chuckle. Po, po, po. The legend tells of a young boy who saw her while visiting his grandparents in the countryside. At first, he thought she was just a tall, elegant woman standing outside. But then, she grinned. When he told his grandparents, their faces went pale. They knew exactly what it meant. He had been marked for death. Once Hachishakusama chooses you, she won't stop. She will follow you for days, getting closer and closer. Victims often hear her eerie voice at night. Po, po, po. The family contacted a monk who sealed the boy in a room with salt and protective charms. He was told not to open the door, no matter what. That night, she tried to lure him out, speaking in the voices of his loved ones. If you're lucky, priests can perform a ritual to break her curse. But there's only one true escape, leaving Japan forever. She can't follow you outside the country. The boy was saved, but he was never allowed to return. Hachishakusama is still out there, searching for her next victim. How to escape Hachishakusama? Avoid rural areas alone. She is mostly seen in small villages. Never respond to her voice. The moment you acknowledge her, you're marked. Use protective charms. Salt, prayers, and monks can delay her attack. Leave Japan, the only guaranteed way to escape her grasp. Many claim to have seen a tall woman watching from the distance, standing completely still, whispering, po, po, po. Some even say she has followed them in their dreams. Be careful where you go. If you ever hear her voice, run.
There's a game, a ritual that should never be played. A game of hide and seek, but not with a friend, with something far more sinister. Hitori Kakurenbo, or one-man hide and seek, is a dangerous paranormal ritual said to summon a vengeful spirit. It originated in Japan and has spread across the internet as one of the most terrifying supernatural challenges. To play, you need a stuffed doll, rice, red thread, salt water, and the courage to risk everything. The game begins at exactly 3 a.m. First, you cut open the doll, remove its stuffing, and replace it with rice and a piece of your own hair or fingernail. Then, you sew it shut with red thread, binding the spirit inside. You must give the doll a name, because once the ritual starts, it becomes alive. Then, you place the doll in a bathtub filled with water and say, "You're it." Now the game begins. After saying "you're it," you must run and hide. The spirit within the doll will now seek you out. Many who have played claim to hear footsteps, whispers, even see the doll move on its own. Some reported their TVs flickering on by themselves. Others saw a shadow lurking just outside their hiding spot. But the most terrifying part? If the doll finds you, it will not just play anymore. If you survive long enough, you must end the ritual before sunrise. To do this, find the doll, pour salt water over it, and say 3 times, "I win." Then burn the doll. But if you forget this step, the game never truly ends. Many have attempted Hitori Kakurenbo, only to regret it. Some claim to feel watched long after they ended the game. Others say their electronic devices glitch, and that the doll appears in their dreams, whispering, "You're it." So, do you still want to play?